Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be telling you how to change font styles and colorings and that sort of thing. So if we look at the presentation so far, you can kind of see that I've got a grey heading up here, which is kind of just hard to see on top of grey. My writing is grey, which is obviously hard to see on top of grey. And this greeny sort of colour doesn't look very good either. So we need to try and change that around and just fiddle around with it to make the presentation look a bit better, okay? So to do that, we're going to do a couple of things. So we'll start out in here, once again clicking the button with the screen and the paintbrush. Now we'll go down to current page name. Okay, so to give you an idea of what that means, that is we go back here, as you can see, the current page is new page. So in the navigation panel, new page is a different color to page 1. If I click on page 1 now becomes that color, and the new page is the old color. Okay, so it is basically just telling the viewer which page they're on and what other pages are available. Okay, so we'll go back here, and that's that kind of greeny color there. I want to change that so that way it will be something a little bit nicer. Let's maybe make it black. Again, you can change the font style, just like we have in Word. I might make it Arial, just like they're heading. Change the font size. I want to make it a little bit larger. Don't want to make it too large, but just a little bit. Then you have hover. So hover is, as it kind of says, what it's like when you hover the mouse over it. If you want to change it color or not. Right now I've got no hover color on. I want to put a color on. So we were going to change that by making it, let's make it this kind of orangey color there. Save that. And now let me show you the difference. Okay, so now it's black, it's a little bit bigger. When I hover over it, it's orange. But you see I've just made a mistake there, that the hover makes it smaller. I don't want that to be the case. So we'll go back and we'll make sure that the hover is the same size as normal. Okay, so the normal font size is 16, so we want the hover size to be 16 as well. Okay, so that will fix that. Let's just quickly go and check to make sure it has fixed. And there you are. Perfect. Okay. Now, if we go back in, we can see what other kind of text we can change. So, we just did the current page name. Now we want to do the other page names. So, as saying before, that would be this one, page 1. We're currently on new page. Page 1 would be the other page names because we're not currently on it. So we'll click on that, other page names. I would like that to be something maybe a little bit easier. I'm going to make it this kind of colour here. It's kind of like a purpley sort of colour. I want it to be the exact same size as the others, so make it 16. Hover, I want it to be orange as well, just like the others. Once again, remembering to be 16. Also, got to make sure that the text is the same. So I need to change that. Alright, now let's see if that worked. Okay, so now that's changed as well. We've got the new page we're currently on, and page 1. The thing I've noticed with this is the other page has got an underline. I don't want the other page to have an underline, so I'm going to change that. So we go back to other page names, we have a look, and see underline is ticked. We want to get rid of that. So that's now clear. Save it. Have a check to make sure that it has worked. There we are. So now it no longer has one. Okay. Now to have a look at other font styles we can change. So we might need to change the page name. As we saw previously, the page name is hard to see because it's grey on grey. So we want to make sure that's a little bit different. So we'll change that. I'm going to have that as Arial as well. I like the font size it's currently at. I'm going to change it to a white colour. And once again, I've still got all these things I've mentioned previously. Text alignment. I like it in the center, but you can, in the left, but you can make it center, right, or so forth. But I'm going to keep it as left. I'm going to save that. And now I can see the difference here. It's white. Probably still not the best, but that way you can at least see and you can fill around with it. I'm going to leave it for now, just so I can go into something else. So the next font style we can change is your main text. So if you want to change that, I might keep it as that text size, but I'm going to, as that text face, I'm going to make it 12, so slightly bigger. And I do want the writing to change colour, so I'm going to make it this colour here. Once again, you can make it bold or underline if you wish. I don't want to, so we'll just save that and see the difference. There we are, so that's just changed colour there. Once again, from what I can see, it doesn't look like it's the best colouring. It's still a bit hard to read, but I'll leave it for now. It's just for showing you. Now, these headings, I want to change these because they're not exactly that great looking. So we'll go in back to here. We'll scroll down to a thing called titles. So we'll click on that. It's all here. So I want to keep it as Verdana, I'll keep it as 14, but I just want to change the colour. So I'm going to change the colour to maybe this dark blue there. And let me save that. And there you go. So now I've changed those colours. Alright, now the last thing that I want to change is the link. So when you have a link, that's another kind of text. So I want to change the links. So we'll have to scroll down here. The links. Now I want to keep it as that text. The size, I want to make it 12 to match with the other sizes. Font color, I want to make it a bit of a lighter blue. Keep it underlined. And then we have the same hover function as we had before. Got to make sure that it's exactly the same as the normal. The font, I'm just going to make it a lighter blue. We'll save that. So now the text should be changed. Alright, to summarize, this is everything I just changed then for the text. So I can show you the difference with what we originally started with, which was this one, where it was a bit grey and green. I then changed it to all these different colours here. As you can see, they've also got the hover things going on as well. Okay, now the only other thing I need to point out is, as you may have seen in previous videos, there's two different panels. There is the navigation main and then the navigation second. Navigation second, you should not put anything in. I have here just to show you the difference between the two, to show you that there is two different sections, but really you shouldn't have two sections. Just put everything in the main and you won't have to worry about this. Alright, but if you do, for whatever reason, put anything in the second, you will have to go back and make all the exact same changes you just have. But in the editing section, we just have to check we go down here. See here, titles, secondary area, description, secondary area, link, secondary area. This is everything I was just talking about in the secondary area. So the secondary area, just to say again, is this bit here. The navigation is this bit, and everything should be put in here. Nothing should go in the secondary area. But if you do, you're going to have to change all that again to suit the exact same specifications you made for the navigation area. Alright, so try and ignore that section if you can. And to ignore that section, remember by going back to the actual creation of it, that's in the content layout section. Content layout, see how I've made two different sections here. You've got your pages and you've got your content area 2. Should not have a content area 2, just be your pages and content area 1. Alright, don't make this section, you won't need to worry about it. Okay, ignore this section, just worry about your pages and it should be fine. Alright, so that's pretty much all you need to know about your different font styles and how to edit all your text.